Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Once again, my name is Clement, and I am in Ivano-Frankivsk city in Ukraine. I'm glad to welcome you to my platform this evening. I told you earlier today that I'll be coming live by 5 p.m. and I'm here. So let's see who will be the first to come join me today. Let's see who will be the first to come join me. Oh, Stephen Ebuka, you are the first. Good evening. God bless you for coming. Thank you so much. Stephen, it's good to have you on the platform. Let's see who else will join us today. Charles Emmanuel, God bless you for coming. Thank you so much. I'm glad to have you. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. My wife just came in. Topsy Gift, you're welcome. Ayoko Faith, you're welcome. Good evening and God bless you. Thank you so much for coming. I want to plead with you that as you're coming in, you could do me a favor by helping me share the video. I can see Vitalis Duru. You're welcome. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I want to plead with every one of you as you're coming in. Please just help me share the video and help me invite your friends. Somewhere, you will see where it is written invite friends. So you could invite your friends to come watch, what we're discussing tonight, to come listen to our discussion tonight, because I believe that every one of us will benefit from what we're going to be discussing today. Yes, Best Kenneth, good evening. You're welcome. Today we are discussing another topic, a kind of a continuation of what I've been talking about since last week. Pastor Felix Unwesiri, you're welcome. Good evening and God bless you. Thank you so much for coming. Now, last week, I was talking on a topic that is titled, Why You Should Discover Your Purpose and Fulfill It. And I also gave 10 practical ways on how you and I can discover our purpose. Unfortunately, my internet was not too good, and so a lot of people didn't hear me very well. But I've been able to fix that now, so I want to assume that you can hear me. Kasarachi, you're welcome. So please, if you can hear me, I would like you to just say yes, so that I will know that you can hear me before I begin the discussion for tonight. So you're all welcome to the platform. Once again, my name is Clement, and I'm here in Ukraine, and I'm going to be discussing with you briefly this evening, and I believe that you'll be glad you came. So please, could you do me a favor of just sharing the video and inviting your friends before okay, thank you, Kasarachi. Thank you so much. God bless you. That means you can hear me. My wife said I'm looking good. Okay, thank you so much. I'm only looking good thanks to you. Okay, so everybody, you're welcome. I'm going to go into the topic now. My wife just shared the video. Please, could any other person help me share this video so we could get more persons to come? I told you what I'm discussing tonight is a mind-blowing topic. It's a mind-blowing topic. I assure you that you'll be glad that you came. Now, if you have shared the video and you've invited your friends, then I can go ahead. Now, if you look at the right top corner of the video, you would see the topic. Can anybody see the topic? It is titled, why our world is in chaos. Why our world is in chaos. I think that topic should interest everybody, because we are all living in the world. We are all in this earth together. So I think it should interest you to know why our world is in chaos and how we could fix it. Now, I want to say first of all that after the video I did yesterday, a lady wrote me and she was asking me some questions about the video. And she wanted to know why we are here on earth. And that are we just here on earth to fulfill purpose, or we're here on earth to go to heaven? And today I'm going to be touching a little on that while I talk on this topic, but I have another topic for that, another answer, another session I'm going to do just to answer that question, why we are here on earth. But I'm saying that to say that our world is in chaos for some reasons. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why our world is in chaos. But I want to start by saying that every one of us that is on earth today came here on a mission. Every one of us that is on earth today is here because we were sent here on a mission. We didn't just come to earth. We were not just created. We were sent to the earth for a reason. And that reason is what I call your purpose, the reason why you exist. But I'm saying today that our world is in chaos just because the people that were sent here for a mission to make the world a better place do not know that they were sent here on a mission. So I'm saying that one of the reasons why our world is in chaos is because the missionaries that were sent to earth, that is you and I, do not know that we were sent here as missionaries. And when I say missionaries, I'm not talking about religious mission. So I want to say that our world is in chaos because you and I do not know our mission. Now, first of all, do you really think that our world is in chaos? In fact, that should be the first question. Do you think our world is in chaos? Do you think there are calamities happening on the earth today? I would like to get your response. Do you think that the earth is in confusion today? Do you think our earth is full of trouble today? Is our world really chaotic? I would like to hear your opinion. You think our world is chaotic? You think the world is in chaos? You think there are problems everywhere? Albertina, you're welcome. God bless you. Kechi, you're welcome. I'm going to prove to you tonight that our world is in chaos. Our world is in confusion. Our world is in calamity. Our world is in crisis. And if you are truthful to yourself, you will attest to the fact that our world is in chaos. Marcos, you are welcome. God bless you. So I'm saying today that every sphere of our world is in chaos. Dagala, you are welcome. God bless you. So our world is in serious chaos, serious crisis, calamity everywhere, problems everywhere, troubles everywhere. But I want to tell you tonight why the world is in chaos. And what you and I can do to stop the chaos we are in. Now, to lay foundation, I want to say that everybody that exists on earth has been commissioned, has been called to put an end to the chaos that exists in the world. So if there is still chaos in the world today and you are here, then you have not done your job. Then I have not done my job. If I was sent here as a missionary to fix the earth and make the earth a better place, to put an end to the chaos in the world, and I'm here, I'm alive today, and it's in chaos, then I have not fulfilled my purpose. Then I have not done what I was sent here to do. So I'm saying today that the world is in chaos, number one, because you and I have failed to fulfill the mission for which we came here. I know somebody will ask me and say, the world is in chaos, but God is supposed to fix it. I know somebody will say that the world is in chaos because God is not doing anything. But I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think it is really God's role to fix the chaos or the problems in the world? Do you think it is God's responsibility to fix the earth? Do you think we are in chaos because of God? Do you think we are in chaos because God is irresponsible? Or God is nonchalant? Every crisis, every chaos that is happening in the earth today is simply because you and I have failed to do something to put an end to it. You know, most times as Christians, when anything happens, anything bad happens in the world, the next thing we want to do is to pray. And every time there is a problem, we pray, we just pray about it. And that same problem repeats itself again. That same crisis repeats itself. That same calamity repeats itself. And we do nothing about it, we just pray about it. And we tell God to come and fix it. But I'm saying tonight that our world is in chaos not because of God. Our world is in chaos not because God doesn't know what to do, or not because God cannot fix it. I'm saying today that our world is in chaos simply because you and I have failed to fix the earth. Now I'm going to prove to you that God is not responsible. He is not the one that is going to fix the problem that exists in the world. And I would like us to look at the Bible verse, if you have a Bible close to you, but if you don't, no problem. Psalms 115, verse 16. The Bible says that the heavens, even the heavens, belong to God. But this earth has He given to the sons of men. This earth has He given to the children of men. In other words, God has given the earth to us. The world as it stands now is in the hand of man. God is supreme over the universe. God rules over the universe. But I'm saying that this earth that we belong to is the responsibility of man to manage it. Because the heavens belong to God. But he has given the earth to you and I. So if there is any chaos on earth today, if there is any crisis on earth today, it is because you and I have not fixed it. That is why I'm saying that it is not God who will fix the earth for us. God has taken the heavens. The heavens belong to him. And he has given us the earth. And God is managing the heavens. There is no chaos in the heavens. There is no calamity in heaven. There is no crisis in heaven. There are no hungry people in heaven. There are no orphans in heaven. There is no flood in heaven. There is no terrorism in heaven. There is no child trafficking in heaven. So God is managing the heavens. Have you ever heard that the angel who was supposed to put on the sun forgot to put on the sun? Have you ever heard that when it was time for rain to fall, something happened and God could not bring rain? Have you ever heard that the stars are all falling down to earth because God cannot maintain the heavens? Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard that the heavens are out of course? Have you ever heard that the heavens are in calamity? That will not happen. Why? Because God is managing the heavens. Because the heavens belong to him. But he has given the earth to you and I. And when he gave us the earth, he sent us here on a mission. So everybody is here on a mission. And your mission is your purpose. Your mission is the only reason why you exist. And I said 2 days ago that your purpose or your mission will always involve solving a problem. Your purpose will always involve making the world a better place. So if the world is not as good as it should be, God is not to be held responsible. You and I are to be held responsible. So I'm simply saying today that for every single crisis that is happening on earth today, I am to blame and you are to blame, not God. So our world is in chaos because we are not fulfilling our purpose. Our world is in chaos because we are nonchalant. Our world is in chaos because we are not managing the earth. Our world is in chaos because we have taken for granted our estate. God has given us this estate called earth to manage. God has told us to make the earth look like the heavens. So Jesus would say, pray like this: Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on the earth as it is in heaven. So God has sent us here to make the world as good and as perfect as the heavens. God has sent us here to make sure that there is no chaos on the earth. God has sent us here to manage the earth. That is why our mission, our number one mission on earth, is to make sure that the earth is as good as the heavens. It's to make the earth look like heaven. That's what we call heaven on earth. So if there is chaos in the earth, if there is calamity on the earth, it is because you and I are not doing anything to fix the earth. I know Christians will say that, but we are praying for the world. We are praying for all the crises in the world to stop. Now, when we pray, what we are doing, we are calling God to come and fix the crisis. Prayer is good. It is good to pray when there are problems on the earth. But I'm saying today that prayer alone will not fix the earth. Prayer alone will not put an end to the crisis and the calamity that is happening on earth. It is not prayer that will stop child trafficking. It is not prayers that will put an end to the flood in Lekki. The flood in Suleja, it is not prayer that will put an end to the flood. Are you aware of how many people died in the flood in Suleja, in Niger State? Are you aware of the flood in Lagos? You think it was because of God, because God did not do his job, or the angels were sleeping, they were lazy? Do you think that is the reason why there is flood? Or do you think that it is God that will come down or send angels to come and fix the problems that exist in the world? Can you still hear me? I want to be sure that you can hear me. If you can hear me, please write and say you can hear me. So I'm simply saying that our world is in chaos because I have not discovered my purpose. Because you have not discovered your purpose. Because we have failed to fulfill our mission. Okay, my wife said she can hear me. Thank you. Now, I'm saying today that every problem that exists in the world, there is somebody who has been born to fix it. It doesn't matter what the problem is. Any problem at all that is happening, any crisis, any chaos on the earth today, man, there is a man, there is a woman, there is a boy, there is a girl that has been born just to fix it. Why? Because I told you before that God doesn't just create. God doesn't just allow people give birth to children. Everybody that is existing today is only existing because he or she was sent here to solve a problem. We were all sent here to put an end to the chaos and the problems that are in the world. So if the problems are still lingering, it means that either we do not know that we are the ones to fix it, or we know but have refused to fix it. That is why I'm saying that until you discover your purpose, until you know why you were born, the earth will remain in chaos. There will be so much calamity everywhere. Why? Because when you should be fixing the problem you were born to solve, you will be chasing career. You will be pursuing engineering and medicine, when what you have been called to fix is not even related to that career. That is why you must discover your purpose. So I'm saying today that it is because you have not discovered why you were sent to earth. That is why there is chaos in the earth. That is why there is crisis in the world today. I told you 2 days ago, and I said that whenever God hears the cry of a nation, whenever God sees that there is calamity in a nation, or whenever God sees that in the future there will be a problem or there will be a calamity, God creates a human being. God gives birth to a child who will solve that problem. That is why God said unto Moses, I have heard the cry of the children of Israel in the land of Egypt, and I'm sending you as a deliverer. I'm sending you to be the one who will solve the problem, who will put an end to the chaos. So Moses was born for that purpose. Even Jesus himself was sent to earth because there was a problem. Because nobody comes to the earth if there is no problem to solve. So you only came here because there is a part of the earth that you are supposed to be managing. There is a sphere of the earth that you are supposed to be making sure that there is no problem there. That is why you must fulfill your purpose. It may be in engineering, it may be in medicine, it may be in telecommunication, it may be in charity, humanitarian service, in philanthropy, anything at all. But every one of us has been called to fix the problems that exist in the world. So if our world is in chaos today, it is because we have refused to fix the problems. I was talking to an atheist some time ago, and he told me that if there is God, why are there so much problems on the earth? If actually there is God, why is the world in chaos? Why can't God put an end to the chaos in the world? Why is God allowing people to just die anyhow? Why has God not come to stop ISIS? Why has God not come to stop Boko Haram? Why has God not come to stop the Taliban? Why has God not come to stop the child trafficking? Why has God not come to stop prostitution? Do you think it was God who came to stop slavery, the slave trade? You think he sent angels down to stop the slave trade? Now, I'm saying to you today, like I said to that atheist, that the problem that exists in the world, the reason why the world is in chaos, is not because of God. Because the heavens belong to God. The earth he has given to the sons of men. So if the sons of men cannot manage their own earth, then God is not to blame. If the sons of men cannot make the earth peaceful and solve every problem on the earth, then God is not to blame. You and I are to blame. Can I tell you something? If there are homeless children in your streets, if there are homeless people in your vicinity, and you are not doing anything about it, and you are blaming God for why the earth is like this, that is the height of irresponsibility. It is either you do not know that you are the one that will help those homeless people, that will feed the hungry, that will visit those in prison. If you do not know that you were sent here to help the orphans, to help the needy, to make the world better, to beautify the earth, if you do not know that you are the one that will do it, then you are to blame, not God. So it is not because of God, it is because of you and I. So our world is in chaos today because I have failed to do that which I was sent to earth to do. Now look at your country. Let's take Nigeria for example. Just recently, a serious flood happened in Lagos and in Suleja, Niger State. And somebody now will begin to pray to God and say, God, why did you allow the flood to happen? Why did you allow people die in that flood? But it is not God. God will not leave heaven and come down to help us, dig drainage. God will not come and do the drainage system for us. It is not God who will come to tell us how to build our houses in such a way that flood will not be a problem. It is not angels who will come to fix that problem. So I'm saying today that any crisis, any chaos happening in the world today, God is not to blame. You and I are to blame. One, we do not know that we were sent here to fix the problems. Two, either we know, but we have refused to do something. Do you know the reason why there are a lot of children who cannot go to school? Just because they cannot afford school fees. Just because their parents are so poor. And somebody in that vicinity has 10 cars and even a private jet in that same vicinity. And the person will ignore those children as if he doesn't see that they need to be helped. If you and I know that we came here not to live for ourselves, if you know that you were sent here not to live for yourself, but to live for others, then there will be no chaos in the world. There will be no problem in the world. The problem of hunger, the problem of lack of water supply and lack of food, the problem of flooding, the problem of housing, the problem of road accidents, all of those problems will not be happening. Because the person who was created to fix it has already done everything to prevent those problems from happening. Now, when we don't fix our road, and people are having accidents and are dying, we blame God and we say, God, why did you allow this person die? God, we've been praying, but people are still dying. We've been praying, but there's still accidents. God will not come down to fix the road for us, because he has put us here in charge of the earth. So everything that happens here on the earth, man is to be held responsible. Any problem on the earth, you and I are to be held responsible. Now, the reason why there are people living in slums in your country, people who cannot afford the cost of housing, the reason why there are still people like that is because those who have been called to solve that problem do not know that they have been called to solve it, or they know but have refused to solve it. So that is why every one of us must discover why we were sent here to the earth. Look around you today. Every single problem that exists is existing because man has not done anything about it. Because you and me are relaxed. We are not doing anything. We are just waiting on God to come and fix it. So what I'm simply saying, yeah, peace, you are welcome. God bless you. Dubem, you are welcome. Ogechi, you are welcome. Asif, you are welcome. So the topic we are looking at today says why our earth or why the world is in chaos. And I'm saying that the reason why the earth is in chaos is because man, humans, you and I, have refused to put an end to the chaos that is existing in the world. It is not because of God. God is not to blame at all. So go tell the atheists, those atheists who are saying that if there are problems on the earth, it means that there is no God. Go and tell them that the problems are existing on the earth because they have not discovered why they were sent here on earth. Because every one of us have been sent here to solve a particular problem. So it is up to you and I to discover what chaos, what problem, what crisis am I sent here to solve. And stop blaming God. And stop calling God. Stop asking him to come and fix the problems. Why is it that people cannot even have good medical care? Why is it that people are allowed to die in the hospitals? Because they don't have money to pay for hospital bills. Why is it that a doctor will allow a patient to die just because he did not deposit money or because there is no money. It is simply because that doctor has failed to discover that he was sent here not to receive salary and live for himself, but to live for others. Until you begin to live your life to help others, to be a solution to others, the earth will remain in chaos. Until you know that you are the one to fix the problems that exist on the earth will remain in chaos. Every one of us, it doesn't matter how little the problem is, we have been called to fix the world. So the world is ours. The earth is ours. The heavens belong to God, but the earth he has given to us. He has given us these parts of the universe, and he has asked us to manage it. He has asked us to make it look like heaven on earth. He has asked us to stop the crisis occurring on the earth. But because we have failed, there are still so many crises, so many problems happening. So I'm saying today that you go and discover your purpose. Go and discover why you exist. Go and discover the problem that you have been born to solve. Go and discover the crisis that you were born to stop. And stop blaming God. And stop asking God to come and fix it. Because you are in charge. Now, what do you think will happen when you build a house, and on the foundation of that house, where you are supposed to put a rectangular block, you went to put a triangular block, where you are supposed to put a rectangular block? What do you think will happen to that house? Sooner or later, that house will collapse. Sooner or later, something will happen, and that block will not be able to hold the weight of the building, and the building will collapse. So the reason why the earth is collapsing, the reason why there is chaos and problem and confusion everywhere, is because we have triangular blocks in rectangular positions. We have triangular blocks where we should put rectangular blocks. We have round pegs in square holes. We have round blocks in square holes. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that the earth is the way it is because you are not where you ought to be. You are not doing what you are supposed to be doing. You have not discovered that you were called to do this particular thing. Instead of you to do that you have been called to do, you are doing something else. So imagine that if we have 7 billion people on the earth, for example, and these 7 billion people do not know why they exist. They do not know what problem they are supposed to solve. The world will be in chaos because I will be somewhere else when I should be in another place. And because I do not know that I'm the one to fix a particular problem, that problem lingers. I may be somewhere enjoying my life when I was sent to solve a problem this way. So there is problem and there's chaos in the world because you and I have not discovered why we exist. Because we do not know that we were sent here to solve the problems that exist in the world. Now, religious people will say, if we are the ones to solve the problem that exists on the world, then what is the role of God? What is God doing? Why is he not intervening? Why is he not putting an end to ISIS? Now, the reason why God will not put an end to ISIS is because there is somebody that God has sent to the earth to put an end to the problem of ISIS. The reason why God will not put an end to Boko Haram, no matter how long we pray, is because there is somebody who God already sent to earth in the form of human who is supposed to solve that problem. The reason why God will not come to stop the flooding that is occurring in our countries, like the one in Lagos and Suleja, is because God has created somebody already who is supposed to make sure that that flood does not happen in the first place. The reason why there is still child trafficking in your country and in my country is because somebody who was created to make sure that there is no child trafficking, that person has not discovered and fulfilled his purpose. The reason why there is ethnic crisis is because there is somebody who God has sent to earth to make sure that there is no ethnic crisis. The reason why there is political crisis is because somebody who was sent to earth to put an end to political crisis has failed to discover his purpose, has failed to fulfill his purpose. The reason why we still have orphans with nobody to care for them is because you and I, who have been sent to earth to take care of the orphans, have failed to take care of the orphans. We have failed to help the needy. We are all living for ourselves. We are all struggling for ourselves. We are only going to school just for ourselves. We are only going to work every day to earn salaries just for ourselves. We do not know that any life that you live for yourself is a selfish life, and is an inferior kind of life, because the superior kind of life involves you living for others, not living for yourself. So if you are still living for self, you are living the mundane life. You are living the inferior kind of life. If all you think about is not how to solve the problem of the world, but how to feel good, how to have cars and houses all to yourself, then you are the reason why the earth is in chaos. The reason why people are still dying of diseases, because they cannot afford the cost of medication, is because the person who has been given birth to solve that problem, to give free medical care to people, that person has not discovered his purpose. That person is still living the selfish kind of life. So God is not to blame at all. Don't even try to, shift the responsibility of managing the earth to God at all. Because God already told us that the earth He has given to us. So if our earth is chaotic, it is because we are all living selfish lives. We are not thinking about the reason why God sent us here. We are not thinking about why we exist. We are only thinking about how to have cars, children, how to have a wife, how to get married, how to have certificate and have good job. If you are getting good job and certificate and everything just for yourself, not to fix the problems that are existing in the world, I want to say to you that you are the reason why the earth is in chaos. And I want to say to you that anything you do for yourself, there's no reward for it. Anything that you are doing for yourself, you will not be rewarded for it. If you like, get a PhD, go to the highest level of education. If it's just because of yourself and not to help other people, there's no reward for it. So what I'm saying today is that until we stop living selfish lives, our world will remain in chaos. So one, our earth is in chaos. The world is in chaos because we do not know that we were sent here to fix the problem that exists. We do not know that we are the ones to solve the problems. Two, we have not discovered why we exist. Three, we are selfish. Four, we are waiting on God to come and fix it. Five, we are just nonchalant. We are blaming God for the problem that exists in the world. So I'm calling on every one of us today that you were sent here to put an end to the problems that are existing in the world. You were sent here to make the world a better place. You were sent here to put an end to crisis. You were sent here as an answer to the problem and the question of people. You were sent here as a solution provider. You were sent here as a manager to manage the earth. Not for yourself, but to live for others. So if there is any problem in the world today, it is because we have failed to fix that problem. Can anybody still hear me? I want to know. Can anybody still hear me before I continue? Mr. Obi Ojimadu, you are welcome. God bless you. It's good to have you here. So until we do something to make the world a better place, there will still be problem upon problem. In fact, new crises will be coming every day. Until you discover why you were born and then fulfill it. There is so much problem in politics today. But maybe you are the one that was born to go and fix that problem. There is problem of food shortage. There is problem of poverty. People cannot afford, 3 square meals a day. People are living less than $2 a day. Maybe you are the one that was born to solve that problem, but you have not discovered it. I'm saying to you today that whether you have discovered your purpose or not, I'm telling you that we were all sent here to solve problems. We were all sent here to make the world a better place. So don't even wait until you discover your purpose. Start looking for problems to solve. Start fixing problems anywhere you see them. Start doing something to make the world better. If it is to teach people, start teaching. If it is to give enlightenment to people, start giving enlightenment to people. If it is to feed the poor, start feeding the poor. If it is to build an orphanage for the orphans, start building it. If it's to sponsor a child to school, start sponsoring a child to school. If it's to bring up an NGO to stop prostitution, start doing it now. If it's to bring up an NGO to stop abortion, stop doing it now. If you were born to fix the problem of water supply, start doing something now. Start raising up a campaign against child trafficking. Start raising up a campaign against child molestation. Start raising up a campaign against domestic violence. Start doing something to fix the earth. Because until we fix the earth, God will not come down to fix it. God will not send angels to fix it. If we like, we can fast and pray for a whole year. God will not come down. Because God is managing the heavens. And there are no problems in the heavens. He's fulfilling his own purpose in the heavens. He is managing the heavens. But we cannot be calling him to come down, to leave the heavens or send an angel to come and fix our problems for us. The earth is ours, and we are the ones in charge. We are the ones to fix it. So God is waiting on you. Just the way you are waiting on God to come. He's waiting on you to fix the earth. He's waiting on you to put an end to the problems. It's waiting for you to learn so much and go and manufacture a drug that can cure cancer. It's waiting for you to do something to fix all the diseases, all the sicknesses, to produce a drug, to do something. It's waiting for you to feed the poor and to shelter the homeless in any little way that you can. The problems will keep lingering if we don't fix them. And I want to say that God will only come or send an angel only if what we are asking him to come and do is something that we cannot do. God will only intervene if what we are calling him to come and do is what we cannot do. But if it is our responsibility and we are calling him to come, he will not come. That is why Boko Haram is still very much alive, because it is not angels that will come down to fix it or to put an end to it. That is why ISIS is still very much alive, because it is not God, it is not angels who will come to fix it. That is why there are homeless children in your vicinity and nobody cares about them, because it is not God's responsibility. It is your responsibility. So what I'm saying today is that you and I have been sent here to fix the problems that exist in the world. I can't see anybody writing something. I want to know that you can still hear me. Please, if you can hear me, say you can hear me. If you can hear me, say you can hear me. You know, for the underdeveloped countries, especially if they are Christian countries, there is so much poverty, hunger, starvation, diseases and sicknesses. But we are praying and asking God to come and fix it. But I'm saying today that that is not the duty of God. It is our duty. So we are the ones that will fix our economy. We are the ones that will fix our health sectors. So if there is any chaos, any problem anywhere in the world, we are to fix it. If you look at countries that are developed, very developed countries, even though they still have their problems, but it is not God who went to fix those countries. It was not God who came down or who sent angels to develop Dubai. It was not God who sent down angels to develop Japan and China and Russia and US. It is not God. It is man. It is human that did it. When they were killing twins in Calabar, it was not Angel Michael who came down to stop the killing of twins, because God already sent somebody to fulfill that purpose, and the legislation went there and put an end to the killing of twins. When there was a problem with transportation and we couldn't travel from one nation to another, God did not send angels to come and do it, to come and do an aeroplane for us. It is human beings. Oville and Weber Wright, the Wright brothers, they were the ones that fixed it. When we needed to have an electric bulb, it was not an angel who came to do it. It was man who came to do it, by the name Thomas Edison. So everything that is happening on earth is happening because the people that have been called to fix it are relaxing. They are not doing anything about it. That is why I'm saying today that God is not to be held responsible. I am to be held responsible. You are to be held responsible. Go and look for the problem and the chaos that you were born to solve and begin to solve it. Go and do anything you can to make the world a better place. Because we were sent here to manage the earth for God. So you need to begin to work with a new mindset that you are only existing because you were sent here to solve a problem. You were sent here to put an end to the chaos in the world. And the chaos will continue if you don't do anything. If you don't discover your purpose and fulfill it. So I don't know if anybody can still hear me. I'm going to be rounding up very soon. But what I'm simply saying today is that until you discover your purpose, you'll be doing something else. And the problem that you were born to solve will linger. Many generations will come and suffer from that thing that you would have solved. If you fail to discover your purpose, calamity will saturate the earth. And God will not come and do anything about it because you have been called to fix it. If you don't fix the calamity, if you don't fix the chaos now, unborn generations to come will suffer because of your negligence. So if we are not fulfilling our purpose, we should be charged for negligence of duty. Because you are not fulfilling your duty. You are not fulfilling the essence for which you exist. So the earth is in chaos. The world is in chaos because of negligence. The world is in chaos because of ignorance. Because we do not know what we are supposed to do. But thank God I've come to you today to tell you that look for the simplest way at all to just do something to make the world better. If it's to help homeless children, go and help them. If it's to feed the hungry and the poor and the needy, go and feed them. If it's to provide water supply, go and provide it. If it's to invent something that will make the world better, go and invent it. If it's to produce a drug that will cure incurable diseases, go and produce that drug. If it's to construct drainage, go and construct it. If it's to build schools and to build hospitals, go and build it. Stop waiting for God to come and fix it. I read about a man by the name Dr. Chris in the city of Jos in Nigeria. Dr. Chris opened a clinic that is called Faith Alive Clinic. What is Dr. Chris doing in that clinic? Dr. Chris is attending to HIV positive patients and people with all kinds of diseases. He's giving them free health care, free medical care, even providing accommodation for them without collecting money from them. Because somebody discovered what he was born to do. He didn't just go to medical school so he will become a medical doctor and have a good salary. No. And live a selfish life. No. He discovered that was a problem that he was born to solve. And I think the report says in a month, over 1,000 people come there to receive free medical care, give them free drugs, and try to rehabilitate people. And even, I even saw when I was watching this video that they even bought a plot of land, and all the people that they are rehabilitating, they are going to teach them farming, and they are going to start planting, crops. Some other persons were given sewing machine, just so that, they could do something for themselves. He is empowering people in Jos. But some other doctors are rioting somewhere that they should increase their salary. Some other doctors are somewhere complaining that their salary is too low. Some other doctors somewhere are allowing patients die because they don't have money to pay. So I'm saying that every problem that exists today, somebody has been born to solve it. Go and look for the problem you were born to solve and solve it. It is only when we do that that we will put an end to chaos in the world. So it doesn't matter what the chaos or the problem is. Somebody has been born to fix it. Somebody has been born to solve the problem. So stop living a selfish life. Stop living for yourself. Start living to make the world better. Start living to be a blessing to the next person. Start living to be a solution to the problem that exists in the world. Until you and I fix the world will not be fixed. Until Jesus returns, the world will remain the way it is. Until somebody does what he or she was born to do. Until each and every one of us discover the problem or the crisis or the chaos that we were born to solve, the world will still remain chaotic. So God is not to blame. We are to blame. Because the earth has he given to the sons of men. The earth has he given to us. So we are to fix our earth as God is fixing the heavens. We are to manage the earth as God is managing the heavens. We are to put an end to every calamity that is existing on the earth. I want to believe that I did not waste your time. I want to believe that you learned something today. I want to believe that from now you will go back and ask yourself, what chaos can I solve? What have I been called to do? What problem can I solve? Am I the one that was born to solve the political problems? Was I born to solve the problem in the health sector? Was I born to solve problem in the economic sector, to put an end to economic recession? Was I born to stop ethnic crisis? Was I born to help the needy and the poor and the orphans? Was I born to be the one to beautify my community? Was I born to build houses for those who cannot afford it? Was I born to make to tar the road and make the road beautiful for cars to pass? Was I born to enlighten people? Was I born to teach people? Just go back and ask yourself what you were born to do and discover what you were born to do. And when we all do that, then all hands will be on deck, fixing one problem or the other. And by so doing, we put an end to the chaos and the crisis that exists in the world. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm humbled by your presence. And in case you have any question or you think you were blessed by this message, please, I would like to read your comments later. You could drop it there, and you could also share this video with your friends so they would listen to it, so that they would watch it and also discover for themselves that they were sent here to solve the chaos, the crisis and calamity that exists in the world. God bless you. I'm going to come to you again tomorrow, God willing, with another topic. Do have a lovely evening. God bless you. Bye.